Yo guys, have you ever woke up 5 a.m. every morning just to sell peanuts? Well, this guy I'm going to talk about now did that and he became the third richest man in the Philippines. This is John. His life story is not a typical rags to riches story because he was born in a wealthy family. See, in Cebu, his dad owned farmlands, department store, and the first air-conditioned movie theater. And John was enrolled in a private school, San Carlos University. He is the firstborn son, which meant, at least in Chinese culture, that he is destined to inherit the family business. His life was good, and his future looks promising until everything vanished super fast. When his dad died of typhoid, he was 13 years old. And because his dad owed a lot of money to the banks, this meant that the bank has to take control of all their assets. This made the Gokongwei family broke. So broke that his mom and siblings was forced to go to China because the life there or the cost of living there is much lower. So only John was left in Cebu and he lived with his uncle Manuel. But this was short lived because during the war in 1941, his uncle was captured by the Japs and got killed. So now little John has to look after for himself, and this is the time that he needs to wake up 5 a.m. every morning and travel 30 kilometers using a bike just to sell peanuts, candles, and soap. So this kid was out grinding in Cebu while most kids are still figuring out how to spell entrepreneur. And later on in his life, he was asked, "Why do you sell those products?" And he answered something like, "Well, it is easier to sell 1 peso worth of product to 1 million people than to sell 1 million worth of product to one person." So, anyway, back to the story. Sometime during the war in 1943, John figured out how to ship tires from Cebu to Manila and then buy some stuff in Manila to sell when he's back in Cebu. So he's basically doing Shopee business without the app. His hard work paid off. After World War II, he's now 20 years old. He and his brother Henry went to United States and founded Amasha Trading. They imported onion, flour, and second-hand clothes. Fast forward in 1957, he's now 31 years old, and he saw the potential of cornstarch. He wanted to compete against the big manufacturer, but he doesn't have the capital. So what did he do? He goes to borrow from the bank. The first bank he goes to made him wait 2 hours only to reject him. And then finally, thanks to China Bank, John got an approval of 500,000 loan. Now, armed with capital, he went on to compete against the big guys. And he engaged in price wars, and he actually won. Those companies closed down. One story goes that Lucio Tan was one of the chemical engineer of one of the factory who got laid off. And John jokingly said, "If it wasn't for me, you will not end up in the top 10 billionaires of the Philippines." That little company evolved into Universal Robina Corporation, or URC, home to some of the Philippines' most favorite snacks: Nova, Piatos, Nips, Great Taste. Basically, if it's edible or profitable, John said, "Let's go." But here's the best part. He didn't stop there. He went on to build JG Summit, a holding company that has investment in aviation, telecom, banking, real estate, and energy. And just when you thought now it's time for him to chill, no, not John. He went on to get his master's degree at age 51 in De La Salle University. And then he went on to go Harvard University at age 60. This dude was practically doing side quests while he already beating the game. In 2006, John pledged half of his wealth, or $20 billion, to Gokongwei Brothers Foundation. It's a charity for education. In 2019, Mr. John Gokongwei sadly passed. He was 93 years old. His net worth, $5.8 billion. Moral of the story? If life gives you peanuts, sell them, build an empire, and buy the peanut farm. Subscribe to hear more stories like this.